Hello everybody, I want to make a video with an issue with chainsaws that I see happening more and more. This particular one is a Husqvarna 235E, E for ergonomic, so I'm told. What the problem is people usually think this is a carburetor issue, and it's not. It is a fuel flow issue. And what is happening is everyone has carburetor trouble, so they go and they do like I did and got a new HIPAA carburetor for 15 bucks and a new gasket kit and think that that's going to work. And then they do that, and then they tune it, tune the high and the low, and it's acting funny or kills off like it's starving for air or fuel, which is not far from the truth. I think what's happening is pressure is building up because most people don't realize that most of these chainsaws have a proprietary fuel line. It's got to be a specific size to be tight enough to seal that hole that goes back into the tank, but not too tight where it's gonna plug off or pinch off the fuel flow. So I think what happens is this is the other end of the purge bulb, and there's a little vent. See that other hole to the right of it? Inside that is this little duckbill one-way valve. See if you can see it there. See, it sucks air in when the fuel level goes down, and on top of it is this little vent, little brass vent. They don't come with the hole drilled in it. I did that. There's the new one. It's just a little plug vent. But what happens is when you don't use the right size fuel line and it leaks a little bit of fuel out there, just a few drops of fuel or any liquid at all going and sitting on top of this vent plug is going to keep it from pulling air in and replacing. When you use fuel, it's got to allow air to come back in, otherwise the tank pressurizes and then you get your saw stalling out. So number one, use the correct size. It should be tight, it should pull in hard, but do your research and make sure you're using the right size so that this isn't wet and there's no fuel sitting on there. In my case, this little duckbill one-way valve fell out in my pulling this in. So what I had to do was, excuse me, take an 1/8 inch drill bit, drill out the middle. Do your absolute best to stay centered. Do not get into the body of the plastic there with this bit. And then once you get a hole drilled through, take your time. Put a screw just a little bit bigger and wiggle it out gently, and it should pull right out of there, which is what I did. And then you can set this on. It's got a little shoulder. Got a little shoulder there. It just sits down in there. Then you tap the new one in, and all this is about $5 or $6 on Amazon for OEM stuff. So I think that is the problem. If you get a new carburetor on and it's not able to be tuned, or it changes and acts sporadic like that and it's just killing off, that's probably it. Check that. Or some of these vent caps, the vent is in the cap. This one is not one of those. It vents through underneath the carburetor, but still I know vents through the caps, and that can get plugged up and cause the same issue. So boy, you have no idea how long it took for me to put all that together and to figure that out. I had no idea. You're pulling your hair out, cussing and swearing, teaching the saw some new words because you've changed everything there is to change. What could it possibly be? And another fella figured that out at least halfway by doing a vacuum, pulling a vacuum on it with a brake bleeder and finding that it would hold instead of drop you know, if the vent was working properly. So he did half the work for it, and I'm just showing you how to get it out. And that's how you get it out. 1/8 inch bit, screw, wiggle it out, and then tap the new one back in gently. You don't want to shove that through. When you're done, turn it on its side and look in there, and you should just see the very end of that duckbill sticking out, not floating around in the fuel. So hope this helps somebody and save you a lot of grief and headache. Shalom.